Good morning. Hi there. Anybody awake? I know it's Labor Day weekend, but we don't miss days in the work. Well, I don't. So I show up for you guys. Let's see who shows up. Who's ready to do the work? What are you guys up to? And then let's get going. We give everybody about a minute to start. I know it's long weekend. I know. We'll keep it to about, we'll see how long, like maybe 45 to 50 minutes today because it's long weekend. But let's see how it goes. I'll leave you guys if you have more questions or if we're still in the middle of the discussions. So the way I structure this lives now, because I get so much material in between lives, like people email me or people have questions. I gather some of those questions, and if I feel like they benefit the group, then I respond. I can't respond to everybody individually because that would be, a huge pressure on my time. Imagine if I spend 10 minutes on every email and I have like 20 of them, right? That's not going to work out. So I gather a few emails that I find are beneficial and I talk about them. What is this? Well done. You're on day 60. Nice. You know what? We have so many people restart the challenge before day 60 or continue the challenge after day 60. So, what's the feedback if you guys are doing the challenge? Are you staying on and continuing after day 60? Or, 60 days is sort of like a minimum, right? It's a minimum to implant new ideas in the brain and to ride on the group energy. But I have people who are like on day 80 something because they see results, right? They see results and they continue on with this work. Do you understand? Like setting up your mind is not a one-time thing and then you're all set for the rest of your life. It doesn't work that way. You have to work on your mind every day because the world works on reprogramming your mind every day. So you have to swim upstream every single day. Unfortunately, it's like that. If we live all in a positive environment and full of support and full of supportive people and full of a supportive society, it would be different. But the truth is we don't. So we have to make our own future. We have to tell our brain what to accept, what to reject, and how to think. Most importantly, how to think about the things that happen. So yeah, I have a lot of people who are starting the challenge for the fall. The manifestation for last week, and I'm going to keep it for this week because we got some interesting doors, is a door through which you will physically walk through when you see it. And when you walk through, you're going to walk into this new version of you with intention. I gave all specific instructions on the live from August 29th. If you guys haven't seen that, it's posted on my YouTube. It's right in the first 5 to 10 minutes. So you don't have to listen to the whole live if you don't want. August 29 live, I think that's where I talked about the door. And I'm going to keep the door for this week as well. We had some interesting doors being posted on Facebook, but I want everybody to get it. Some people got closed doors. They got doors that they didn't open. They were like in stores and I said, look, that's a sign, right? You need to do more work to get your door and to step through it and to get to this new version of yourself because the universe is saying the door is locked now. So the symbolism of the door is very interesting as well. When you see yours, you'll know that's your door. Some people got gorgeous wide open doors, like open on two sides, like really like very, very nice. And they walked through it. They said, I got chills when I walked through this. And I walked through my door and it was amazing. If anybody else got the door, if you're not part of our Facebook group, you can email me the image of it or you can email me about the experience of it. The experience of it is really, really nice. It's really good. As you walk through it, you meet this new version of yourself and you become her or you become him. And this version of yourself has everything you need. Yeah, it's a door in real life. Watch the beginning of my life in August 29th. And I explained exactly how to energetically merge with this new version. But the universe will show you the door. Don't look for the door. And it's obviously not a door in your house or, your parents' house or anything like this. It's going to be an unusual door. I had a queen who she was walking around somewhere, and then she was on the phone with her friend, and then she sees the door. She's like, I got my door, I gotta go. I'm doing my exercise. So you'll just know it, you know, when you see it. I want mine to stop me on my tracks. Yeah, it will stop you in your tracks. It will be exactly like what this queen was describing. Definitely. Okay, so on the Facebook group, we now have about 125 people. I said when we get to 200, I will drop one of the lives from TikTok, and I will do a more in-depth live on the Facebook group for the queens who are there doing the work and being very consistent, because I want to take the work to the new level for those people. But for the Facebook group, before I left it open that anybody who joins the membership could just do their posts based on the group rules. But I noticed that a lot of people were, not a lot of people, but we had some emotional dumping, and I can't have that on the group. So this Facebook group is for the following. It's group work assignments, okay? Not just our weekly challenge, but you know, like when we had the fasting, when we had the separate meditations, when we had the group intentions. So it's for group work assignments. It's for success stories, success. Okay, you manifested a weekly challenge. You manifested something in your life that you wanted, that you had on your goals in the 60-day challenge. You had something very unexpected happen. Out of the ordinary things that you know are associated with the work. It's for also the lottery. When lottery numbers comes to us, of course, playing is optional. It will be up to you. And clarifications on concepts and tools that we use to manifest. So the 3-digit code or other tools that we use to manifest. Anno Mundi we talked about. And I'm going to keep the Facebook group to that. It has to be super positive. So I will have to go through the post now as they are submitted. And if yours doesn't get published, it means it didn't follow these rules. And yeah, I understand some people, they're frustrated with the SP. They need to talk about it, but this is not a group where you can talk about the SP not returning, you know, the behavior that you need or stuff like this. Because when somebody logs on to this group, they really have to see very, very much positivity in their own lives. They have their own triggers. Our manifestations, many times, they challenge us. We challenge them, they challenge us, but we can't trigger other people. So I wanted to tell you as to what this group is all about. And it's really to advance the work. To advance the work inside of you. And when you log on, you see success stories, you see new assignments, you see it's motivating to keep going. Okay. I also want to mention on every live that I have scammers. There's people who stole my videos, made different accounts with my photo, and are now messaging people, offering them tarot readings or what have you. I don't message anyone for anything, and I don't do any readings or anything like that. So if you get a message from me on TikTok, Instagram, it's not from me. If you need me, you have to contact me, not the other way. I don't contact anybody and I don't offer anything. All right. So one of the posts I didn't approve on Facebook, but I want to talk about today is somebody asks if she's in a situation. So what's happening to her is she travels back and forth for work. And she says, every time I travel, I'm feeling high for work. I'm feeling high and I'm doing my affirmations. I'm doing my work because I'm on my own. But the moment I return back home, she lives with her parents. She's in her 20s. The moment I return home, I'm low. I'm in this low state and my parents are triggering and my situation is triggering and I really want to move into my own apartment. So I brought this up because I think, you know, a lot of people or some people may be in this situation where your environment where you live in is triggering and it's against this work. So here's what I suggest. There's only 2 ways around this in order to be able to manifest different circumstances. One is to physically make a change, socially make a change immediately. Right? So if you live with your parents, but you have a job, maybe living with a roommate who's less triggering, maybe. So you got to do either like a physical change of your environment. If you're not able to make this physical change for whatever reason, you have to accept where you're at with gratitude. Right? So there's no way in the environment you can have this negative state. I can't wait to get out of here. This is awful. I know my beautiful apartment is coming. There's no way you can be in that state where you hate them, you hate the environment, you're feeling low, you can't wait to get out of there, and then manifest something really good. I think if there's a way, it's going to take you way longer than what it should take you. So, it's difficult. I understand. Environment plays a huge role. But one way is to change it, and the other way is to accept it with gratitude. To be like, at least I have a house to come back to. My mom is waiting for me with a sandwich. And from that state of gratitude, things will change within the household. I promise you they will, right? But you have to change your attitude towards it. Can you wave a white flag and surrender? This queen says, I've been manifesting like crazy, but these last few weeks I've been really struggling financially. You have to check all your limiting beliefs. If you're doing this work with us, with the 60-day challenge, your limiting beliefs will just come to you. You don't even need to search for them. Because as you're telling yourself, as you're doing these affirmations, and especially the group affirmations, that abundance is our birthright and everything that we're doing, when your subconscious will have a point where it will be like, no. And it will show you in a dream, it will show you in a circumstance, it will show you something that you really need to work to eliminate. And the way you eliminate a limiting belief, you see it for what it is, and you say, yeah, I know where I got it from. I got it from my grandfather. I used to see him budget his pension towards all the bills, and I have the scarcity mindset, and I know that whatever it is your situation, right? So you have to reason to it. And then you have to say, I make a choice today, here and now, that this is no longer my reality. And my reality is this, right? I call it a pinch of Delulu. Yeah, it's not just a pinch of Delulu. It's because you don't have to say, if you're in a bad financial situation, you don't have to say, I'm a billionaire, I'm on a yacht. It's too much of a discrepancy between you, where your brain is at and where you are. What you have to say is just, this was my financial situation up to today. Today is where I'm making a change. And I know why my financial situation was this until today. It was like this because of this belief and this belief and this belief. And today I'm choosing to change it. And today, these are my new beliefs: that money comes easy, that abundance is my birthright, that all my money multiplies, that money is always in my corner, that the more I take from the universe, the more is replenished, that there's enough for everyone, that the supply is infinite, that money just comes to me unexpectedly and expectedly, that everybody is generous with me, etc., etc., etc. Let's see. Next. This is from a queen in our group yesterday, and I just found this story very relevant because I'm going to tell you guys something. If you are emotionally intertwined with another person that you kind of identify with, so this would not be your SP, it would be another person that you kind of identify with, whether that's your mother, your sister, your cousin. It would be somebody that you see some of yourself in. She's at the same life circumstance. She's in, could be a friend who has the same situation as you. If you have somebody like that in your life, and if you're doing some of the strong manifestations, especially with love, but also with money, because it happened to me with money, it is very likely you can project your manifestation on them, which means they will get your manifestation. Okay, and I told you guys it happened to me with my cousin, who's like my sister. And this was a few years ago. I was manifesting an exact, specific 5-digit amount of money. And she got it. And she got it out of the blue and out of nowhere. And she called me. She didn't know I was manifesting or anything like that. She didn't know anything. And I was floored. I was like, I couldn't believe that this specific amount that I was thinking of came. But now I understand why, right? Now in that moment I made a mistake because I accepted it as the result of my manifestation. And so it couldn't come to me as well. But now I know better. right? So this queen says, I want to share something really strange that happened to me. I'm currently manifesting a husband. Yesterday, I was invited to a girlfriend with some of our other best friends. She announced to everybody that she met a new man in her life, and she basically decided to quit a previous long-term relationship for him. As long as she's happy, we are okay. But I'm telling you this story because the guy is basically the type of man I'm trying to manifest. That was already quite surprising, but the story became super weird when we met him, and he basically took me apart to tell me he was about to propose to her. They've been together for a month, and he wanted me to help him make the demand. I almost fainted when he showed me the engagement ring he was thinking to get her. It is the exact same one I have on my Life in Images board I created for this challenge. And it's not a basic ring, and it's, she's describing the ring to me. And what is your point of view? Do you think I manifested for her? And then this girl actually has the same name as the queen in the story. So let's say her name is Christina, the other girl's name is also Christina. So I was like, wow, she wants a husband appears for her friend, who gets her friend, who wants to get her friend the same ring, and who's the type of man that this queen in our story is thinking about. It doesn't get any more clear than that. It's like my very, very clear 5-digit sum of money that my cousin got. This story made me a little sad. I'm not gonna lie. I'd be crushed. She's stronger than I am. No, you shouldn't be crushed. And I'll tell you why. You shouldn't be crushed because, number one, it shows the power of our mind, right? It shows the power of this whole process. It shows, so the way you see it is like, wow, I can do so much. I can do so much, and all I need is the tools, the techniques to understand why it happened this way and how can I channel it back to me. And honestly, years later, it took me like 2-3 years, when I understood this from my own story financially with my cousin, I manifested the same amount for myself. I wish I knew this back in the day, but back in the day I accepted it. So number one, you have to see it as, okay, I've done this, right? But it's not my manifestation for me. So you have to admit, it's not a coincidence. It's not, it can't be. Like, it's the same ring, and it wasn't like the ring wasn't a typical engagement ring. So you have to sit back and be like, wow, I've done this. So this is my ability to reality create. I manifested a husband within a month or 2 months, and he got the ring that I said he would. He has the qualities that I said he did, but it happened to a person. What is it between me and that person? How do I feel perhaps that she is more deserving? Like, you have to go in analytical mode, right? Or how do I see perhaps she's me in a better version? She is maybe more beautiful, more well-spoken, more, where is it that the limiting belief is that I would have projected this on her? Because clearly I created. So what I told her in terms of the first step, I said, go back to your Life in Images and change that ring to a ring that's completely different than that ring. It doesn't matter what ring you get, but right now you got to tell your universe that's not your manifestation. So, go back, delete that ring, scratch, and now you're going to put a new ring in there, and you're going to think of this man. The quality of the man can be exactly the same, but it's very important right now you identify your limiting beliefs about yourself, in comparison with your friend, right? Like, what do you think about her? What do you think about you? What do you think? Like, for example, I've always, so my cousin manifested the sum of money. And I always thought, when I think back, I always thought that she was much luckier with this unexpected, like, she had this luck ever since she was a kid. You know what I mean? Like, things would just come to her. Things, and I was like, okay, this must be it, because I always see her, like, she scratched a lottery ticket, she'd get $25. She just like always on this, and I've retrained that. If you guys watch me for a while, I've retrained that, and now every time I scratch a lottery ticket, I get something. It's small amounts, but 9 out of 10 times I'm a winner, right? So I was able to switch that, but only when I understood that my limiting belief was she was just luckier than me, right? So who's more likely to get this unexpected sum of money, me or her? Well, it would be her, because it was an unexpected sum of money. It wasn't worked for. Maybe if I thought I got to earn this amount of money, I'd be like, well, I have a better ability to earn, because I do have a better ability to earn than her. But because I thought I want this unexpected sum of money, she got it. So it made sense. It made sense. That's all. You just got to sit back and be like, what's the limiting belief here? Yeah? Think about it. I know I know you queen the queenness story. I know you're gonna manifest your new ring. Make sure it's different than her ring. All right, let's see. Last time we talked about dating, and I told you guys last time, if you are manifesting an SP, you're not in a relationship, you're manifesting an SP, or you're manifesting someone new. But let's say, okay, you're not ready for a relationship, especially if you have your SP in mind, your specific person in mind. You might think, oh, I don't want to date and, like mix the energy of other people. So I said, no, that's the incorrect approach. The correct approach is you're doing this work on yourself, to change your assumptions about how the other person is going to show up for you, and the assumption about who you are in relation to, like, what is your value? What's the value placed in yourself? That's what our work is about. Self-concept and the self-concept you have about the world. And as you're doing this work, it's very important that you assess the way the world responds to you, the way a man responds to you, the way the majority of other people respond to you. So it's very important actually to date. But to date, not from a perspective that you're looking for somebody, to date to see. Now, when you go to the dating market and you're like, I'm doing this work for myself, I want to see where I'm at. I'm going to have 3 dates over the next 2-3 weeks just to see these people's responses to me. Then your mind it doesn't care how these people respond to you, It's not like, oh, okay, all 3 are ghosting me, this is going to give me anxiety. No, all 3 are ghosting me, okay. I'm far from the person that I'm doing the work to become. I'm far. If all 3 of them ghosted me, again, then I still have, let me go back to the drawing board, do more work. I'll try this again in a month, right? So all of a sudden, in a sense, you're dehumanizing those people, but that's okay, because right now you're doing the work on yourself. You're just looking for matrix input, right? So you go back and forth. So this queen says, just watch your live yesterday and came to the part about dating. I just wanted to tell you about my dating experience since I'm doing the 60-day challenge. I have been dating, and yes, I have seen a big shift in men's behavior based on the work I've been doing with the group. The guys that don't want anything serious fall off immediately. And she doesn't take it personally. Men take me out on dates, make plans, plan activities, spa days, shows, dinners, and pay for everything. I did not have that experience before I was doing the 60-day challenge. Then she says, I am rich. So for some reason, I thought it would not be fair back in the day. Pay attention, women, if you're making money. Lots of career women who are making money think that. So she's saying, I am rich, and for some reason, I thought it would not be fair back in the day, for the man to pay for everything. Now I feel it's a gift for a man to spend any amount of time with me, and it's being reflected. They tell me how inspiring I am, how much they like being around me, and I am not physical with them in any shape or form. They also want to see me again and again, but if I don't feel like it, I just don't give them my time now. Delete, unmatch, and move on. Back in the day, I would have felt like I owed them something for the dinner, get it? Which is crazy to me now. It is crazy. And the men I meet now tell me they want to get married, are looking for a lifelong partner, want a family. They are reflecting back my affirmations. Oh. I also noticed that these men who are financially more accomplished and who are looking for a lifelong partner are more attentive to me as well. Well, of course, that's always the case with men who are like financially responsible. These are the guys who show more interest towards me. It's because I'm an energetic match for them now. Before, I was meeting very different guys, and right now it's even funny to me that I even gave them any attention. She says, I'm on day 62 of the 60-day challenge, what we talked about. So the shift is real and it works. And then she ends with, I definitely think dating just to see how the opposite sex reflects back your worth is very useful until the right man comes around. That's what I'm saying. That's how you got to see it. You gotta see it as an experiment. What's reflecting back to you? Believe me, I have, like, I never had a problem with like guys treating me well. They always did in my dating life. But if you guys follow me, you know I had this issue of belief that men who are on their second time around, like later in life, they won't commit to a marriage, right? The moment I switched this, all the guys wanted to get married, right? Like they were all talking day 2, 3, like, oh, I'd like to find somebody to spend my life with, and this is where I'm at. I've done it. Do you know what I mean? That was a completely different reflection back from the matrix once I've done the work. And I want you guys to do the same thing and pay attention. Like 3 out of 4 will repeat back to you the affirmations that you've been doing. Should you do it even though you don't like them? No. You should go on a date or 2. You don't like them, you move on. Like, did you see what this queen says? They also want to see me again and again, but if I don't like them, I don't give them my time now. Delete, unmatch, and move on. Back in the day, I would have felt like I owed them something. Just because a man buys you dinner, you don't owe them anything if you don't like them. Get it? The fact that you're even thinking, should I still see them if I don't like them? No. You're only going to date or to go out with a guy that is pleasant, right? Like you might not meet a guy and be like, oh my God, I need to feel this like incredible sensation of passion. It's not gonna happen. As long as a man, like, look, I could have a coffee with anyone, and this is what your first meeting should be like. I could have a coffee with anyone. We'll talk 20 minutes about, I don't know, Biden and Trump and, the state of the world. And I'll sort of see how educated he is, how, you could have that with anyone. You don't need to think, do I like them? Would I sleep with them? No, you're not there yet. You're not there. You're just like, can I have a conversation with them? That's it. That's it. It doesn't matter if he shows up, he's ugly, so what? You can still have a conversation, right? Day 1, I had a specific person. Day 2, after 2 lifelong belief gone, I let an SP go because I don't accept anxiety. Beautiful. You're going to you guys are going to change your goals in this challenge quite a bit. Your goals and the people that you're after are going to change naturally. You're just going to drop. You're just going to drop. Any tips for manifesting? It won't work for me. Yeah, you can do our 60-day challenge that's in my bio and join this group. Some of our manifestations have nothing to do with your life, which is great. Because when they have nothing to do with your life and they come true, you don't have emotional attachment to them coming true or not. That's when you're really going to prove yourself how powerful this work is. Let's see. What else are we saying? I want to talk about, okay. This queen says, I'm halfway through the 60-day challenge. So far, I've manifested many objects from the Facebook group manifestations, and I even got a health goal, which was miraculous because it was so stubborn. I would say this is a success story in itself, right? But then she continues, I'm truly grateful. However, since March of this year, I have been trying to manifest a new home. I let go of the need energy, but it's hard since the place she's currently in affects my health. I don't have a stable income, but I truly believe and know that if the universe aligned, I could 100% still get the right home for me. Infinite possibilities. My question is, should I stay focused on manifesting consistent income so I'm more eligible for a home faster, or focus on just receiving this house and trust I can find a first homeowners program that supports low income, the right roommates, etc.? So I want to ask my group. She's giving here 2 options. There's a limiting belief here. There's a limiting belief she's placing on the universe. And I wanna see if you guys sort of identify what's wrong with this story. Anybody give me some input so I'm not the only one talking. So she's saying she doesn't have a stable income. She's saying, I think I could get my home, but the question is, should I stay focused on manifesting consistent income so I'm more eligible for a house, or focus on receiving this house and trust I can find a first homeowners program that supports low income? Yeah, she's trying to find out the how. Yeah, she is trying to figure out the how. So first of all, no, you shouldn't be trying to manifest more income, because a home can come in many, many other ways, or a home situation for you could come in many, many other ways. What I want you to focus on, like the income is sort of completely separate from the home. Okay, there's people who make huge incomes and live with their parents just by preference. So you don't tie the income with the home at all. There's people who make a huge income, they have outgrown their home. I personally know a family like this, but she's just so attached to her home, right? It was their first home, and it's bursting at the seams, and they just signed a $3 million contract with something. Their business is going really well, but she's like, I can't leave this home. It's my home, right? So don't tie the income with the home. Don't do that. So income has nothing to do with the home. Then when you're saying, should I focus on receiving this house via a homeowners program that supports via the right roommates? No, I want you to just live in that home. I want you to take a piece of paper, okay, like this, and you take a pen, okay, make a square and do this. This is like the entry. This is my master bedroom. This is my master washroom. Here, there's a big window. Here, there's a little fireplace. Whatever you can envision this home to be, that your brain can believe. Okay, don't go for Bill Gates' floor plan. Okay, don't go for that. Your brain can't do that. And probably Bill Gates, when he started whatever business he started, he couldn't do that either. It was like a gradual thing, right? So draw out your home. After you draw out the perfect floor plan, take that piece of paper, put it on your wall, and start to furnish it. Just start to be like, I'm busy now. What kind of couch? What's the distance between this and this? What kind of couch? Go spend like half an hour rather than scrolling through other people's crap. You look for your furniture. Look where you put that couch. Have one anchor, whether it's just get a new couch in your mind. Have a specific couch you're going to put in your new home. If you have a pet, that's even better, because you can imagine your pet sitting on the couch. Just live in that house. That's what you need to do. The attachment, how do you let go of the attachment to your home? Because the home is not an object that you're going to hold in your hand. What you're really changing is a life situation. The attachment is not about the home, okay? Are you talking about my friend in the story who's attached to her home and she doesn't want to leave the home even though the home's too small for them now? I don't know what you're talking about. Or attachment about getting a home. Getting a home should not be an ego satisfaction. Getting a home should be a circumstance, like an environment that you're changing around you, that really should be changed automatically as soon as you change automatically. And I told you guys my story about the home. I was in a townhome before, and this home was like double the price of that home. So I just I walked into this open house and I was like, I must have this home, right? And the circumstances were really, really crazy, because I got an incoming call about a business thing that I pursued that paid the exact difference that I needed in the down payment between my home and this home, if that makes sense. I don't want to give too many details, but it wasn't until I made the decision that circumstance happened. I don't know if that makes sense, right? So really what I was trying to change at that time, I was like, I want a home I was thinking about, like the new environment that I want to be with. But the moment I walked in and I made the decision, everything came together, right? And you have to trust. I've seen it in so many aspects of my life. Okay, I've seen it in my love life. I've seen it in the home. I've seen it in the work. I've seen it, like everything. Everything just aligns. Even when I was in my corporate career, I would be like, I want, if only I could just manage this team or what have you. And then the next thing that happened was like the person who was managing that team quit or was fired, and they asked me to take over. I can't make this stuff up. I was promoted 4 times in 9 years in my corporate career. You know what I mean? Like it was just, one thing after the next, and I was able to sort of even eliminate people that I wasn't getting along with. I would just think of them deleted from the company, from the reality, from they don't exist. Didn't give them anything from my attention and my energy. I kind of envisioned life without them on a daily basis, and they were gone. So, and they were gone. Where will you and your fiance move to? We have some plans. I don't want to talk about this manifestation because it's sort of like we have some plans, but it's like it's something I'm working on mentally, and it will happen. It will be one of my success stories that I'll communicate to you guys. Yeah. Let's see. I have a couple more. Okay. This queen, I want to paraphrase her story so I don't give too much information. But basically, she woke up in the middle of the night. There was a knock on her door. And it was this girl who was completely heartbroken over this queen's brother. So, this girl who showed up in tears said, your brother has left me. He's promised to marry me. I love him. I'm on medication. I'm depressed. I can't live without him. I can't, So it was a very, very ugly scene, right, for the queen in our group. And she wrote to me and she said, long story short, my questions are, number one, watching this from my brother's perspective deepened my limiting belief that my SP never cared, and it may have been a game like all men. How do I get past this limiting belief? So this was incredibly triggering for her own personal beliefs about men, right? And I want you guys to understand that if you live with a man, like whether it's your father, your brother, your cousins, the man close in your life, okay, who behave a certain way, it's very easy to make the association that is all men. That is all men, and all men, like your dad cheated on your mom, that's all men, like that are going to do that, or it's 90% of men, and I want you guys to understand something. You put out of your mind right now what the majority of men do or the way they behave, because you're not looking to date the majority of men. You're only looking for one. Like last week, I talked about the queen in my story who she was saying, what affirmation could I do so I manifest a non-controlling man? Because she was in a controlling relationship. And I said, why would you even think that's a possibility? That was like one dude who was controlling. That was, you don't need an affirmation for this. It's not that he was the oddity. He was the exception, And in your case, queen, here with your brother, your brother is a certain type of man, and your SP is a different kind of man, or the man you want will materialize in a way that you want them to. And you'll attract the correct men based on your energetic alignment. And it's very important when a trigger like this happens to completely disassociate your life from their life. Her second question is, can I manifest my brother becomes a better man for himself and for women? I don't want you to go there. Generally, it requires an immense amount of energy to project for somebody else, especially when that consciousness is strong. Strong in the sense that they have behaved a certain way consistently, right? They're not easily influenced. They know what they want. They do exactly as they want. When they no longer want this woman, they just drop her. They just go for somebody else. Do not get involved in trying to manifest them differently. You are right now working on your own limiting beliefs and your own, you can't, when the mask comes from the airplane because the plane is going down, you put your own oxygen mask first before you put it on even your kid, let alone your brother. There's a reason for that. When you have everything together in your life and you've proven yourself, you've improved your self-concept, you've gotten the things that you want, then you can worry about, let me manifest something for my mom, for my brother, but you're not there. You're not there. Your brother's behavior is still triggering you, right? About your own life. And we need to completely stop that and understand that, please, queens, keep this in mind. You are not looking for large groups of men who are your type. You're not. You're only looking for one, right? You're gonna find this one, or he's going to find you based on your alignment if you put inspired action, not if you just sit at home and turn off your TV and turn off your phone and just wait there, right? You have to take inspired action. If you take an analytical approach to dating, which is part of inspired action, it's what I've been talking about and how you should see you're dating, you should see it as, let me see what limiting beliefs this dating is bringing my way. And also, if you keep your interactions non-physical. So what happens to women, unfortunately, we're not the same as men. I'm talking about the majority of women. We do get attached when we're physical with somebody. And the attitude right now seems to be, you're playing Russian roulette with your heart each time you're doing that. You know, Russian roulette, when they put like one bullet in the gun, and then, you know, there's 6 holes, and then you kind of shoot and you don't know if you're going to get the bullet or not, right? That's what you're doing with your heart, right? You're going for it and hope it works. You cross your fingers, you hope it works. You hope he's going to call you the next day. You hope he's going to open the car door. You hope he doesn't have somebody else. You hope, like, you're going for it, and then you hope. Okay? So your inspired action has to be, I'll know it based on his behavior, because his behavior will reflect back on me. But if you're already intertwined your energy with him in a physical interaction, you won't have, you won't have a clear head or a clear energetic space to do this work from. You understand? When you're physical with someone, you're giving them part of your energetic field. Not only that, they leave debris from their own energetic field into your field. And only from that sense does it matter. None of it is judgment on your social, the way you conduct yourself socially. I don't care. I am telling you why you feel this debris in your energetical field. And then I believe it was August 29th that I talked about clearing of energy. Might have been August 30th. Do your energy clearing practices that I discussed, okay? How can you change this? How can you change what? What are you asking about? Like getting involved with men too quickly? Guys, you do not... I mean, I'm wondering how much of my own personal approach to dating I should disclose, but I once told a guy I'm just my dating doesn't involve like a physical interaction until we have a report that we want, like I would want to see him, and I didn't there was no kissing, right? Like there was nothing, and we were hanging out for a couple of weeks. He seemed like a decent person, and at some point I was like, I gotta run some errands, if you wanna go, because we are having a coffee. And then we go, and I went to put gas in my car, and I said I'm gonna go inside because I want to get a lottery ticket, and I paid for my lottery ticket, and then I was like, oh, and it's the gas too. And then the guy says like, oh, no, don't worry, he paid for it, right? So then I come back, I'm like, oh, you didn't have to do that, thanks anyways. And then he goes like, can I get a kiss now that I put the gas in your car? I was like, no, and get out. I never want to see you again. It's just like the way a person is will show in when you don't go for the physicality of it, right? He thinks if he spent $80, now he can have access to my body for $80. Get it? Anyway, somebody says, I've been celibate by choice for 4 years. If a man won't wait for me now, he's rejected. Yeah, but you don't have to, you can date, right? You just have to make the interaction that you have with them has to show a lot of self-respect. Not because you're trying to play a role and, you read somewhere that men will marry women they respect. It's because you should have the self-respect for you. Can you believe this guy? Like $80 in gas. Can I fill you up now? Ridiculous, right? Let's think about this. Nikita says, please read up. I can't find it, Queen. So if you want, you can put it again. I don't like to get physical with men I'm not committed to. A lot of women judge me for it. You shouldn't even tell other women about it. I don't understand why you need to discuss your own personal. This is just something very personal between you and anyone you're dating, right? The key will be like, you can't be physical with just the ones you're highly attracted to. Do you see? I want you to understand the distinction. right? Because a lot of women, what they do is like, if they go for it, if they're deeply attracted to somebody, and of course that's the person they fall in love with, in general, they can keep this rule. You have to especially do it with the ones that you're deeply attracted to. Other. I don't know what other means. All right, let's do another one. We have like 2 more. I was watching your lives and I saw you when you were burning the papers. Guys, let's do another paper burning, limiting belief burning ceremony. I'll put it on my Facebook group. It will be in October, because this month, or end of September, because on September 14th, I want to do the new moon ritual with a group. But we will do, I have a fireplace outside, so we will burn. You guys send me your limiting beliefs and I burn them, but I don't send them now because I won't keep track of them now. I'll tell you when, and of course it's just for the people in my group. So she's saying, my limiting beliefs is, I don't know, but I know that I'm always a chaser, and I don't like that. I'm afraid the SP is going to leave me. Guys, as women, you can never be near chasing energy. Chasing energy is unnatural for women. And I'm talking the large majority of women. I'm not saying, you know, there's a woman who's very comfortable in her masculine and she's probably going to be chasing other women, right? And we have a few queens in my group who are into that, right? And that's great, right? But the majority of women, if you're in a chasing energy, nothing good will come to you. Because right away you're not doing what you really want to do. What you really want is for you to be loved, admired, courted, respected, chased, asked out, provided for, protected, and prioritized. And if you're in the chasing energy, then you're the one who has to do all these things. And if you're the one who do all these things for a man, okay? If you're doing it for another woman because that's your orientation, that's what I mean, that's okay, right? Because then you're in the masculine energy. But if you're doing this thing, you're a woman and you're going against what you want, you know this is what you want, but you're going against that and you're doing that, that will mess you up. It will mess you up mentally, it will mess you up in terms of your expectations of men, it will mess up your dating life, the men will be confused, because the men who really do want to display that chasing energy, when they see you in the chasing energy, they won't like it. They won't like it, they won't. This is why a lot of career, and I know a lot of career women, obviously, having been in the corporate world for so long. I have friends who are now like single in their like late 30s, early 40s, and they don't understand why. They take great care of themselves. They have great positions, a six-digit income that doesn't start with a 1, and they're like, why can't I find somebody? Because the guys who are equivalent to you, they don't want that chaser, that aggressor, that person who makes the plans, that person. It's look, you can bang your head against the wall and say, oh man, they don't know what they're doing. But the truth is, those men who are at her level, this chick I'm thinking about, they end up with women who make $40,000 a year and are very much in their feminine energy. So the choice will be yours, right? The choice will be like, you got to understand that a man who's in his masculine energy will not want to live with another man. And many of us have been forced in our masculine energy. Many women grew up without fathers. Many women were put in the provider role, not just for themselves, but for their whole family, especially if you've been a single mom. Many women have been thrust into these roles that are very unnatural. And it's okay, you can be proud that you're making money. You got to understand that if you bring that attitude in your interaction with high quality men, high quality men may not even understand why they don't really want you, why they don't really chase you, why they back off, because it happens to very intelligent women who are in their masculine that they're actually more capable than their equivalent men. And when they're more capable show off, it's an automatic energetic turn off for the man who's capable, right? And they don't know. They're like, she's a great woman, but I don't see myself like this friend of mine that I'm talking about, right? I told you she makes a 6-figure income that doesn't start with a 1. She looks great. She's in her late 30s now. And, she starts out great with career guys, with guys. It starts out after like 2 months. They're all like, I'm sorry, it's just not what I'm looking for. They're all like, she's had like 20 of these relationships. And like, I know what's wrong. I know. I just, she's just very strong, very determined, runs a whole department in a large company. She brings her leadership that she has at work in her daily life, and it just falls flat. I hope you guys can take something from this, something useful, okay? Because I don't want to bash women who are capable. That's not the point. I want women who are capable, and all women, to have this protector, provider, prioritizer in whatever form that is, but they have to feel protected and provided for in some way and put first. That's what I want for women of all walks of life. We all deserve that. Right, last one. On the weight. This queen says, we are taught to do affirmations such as, I achieve and maintain a weight of 55.2 kilograms. However, it didn't happen in 3D for quite some times. I'm now 60 kilograms. Sometimes this could be frustrating and feel like it's ridiculous. Although deep down, I know manifestation could work for me. How can we overcome this feeling? What should we tell ourselves that we feel better and have more patience and strip away the doubt? So, the affirmation, I achieve and maintain a weight of 55.2 kilograms. The achieve part, I don't like. I don't know if I had that. I have to check if I had that. I just remember for me, I never had I achieve. For me, it was always my body weighs. I am 126.6 pounds. My body weighs. It's in the current present moment, okay? And when I got on the scale and it wasn't what I wanted, so first of all, you cannot check yourself every day. I would get on the scale every couple of weeks or so, but it wasn't exactly that weight because I put an exact weight because I wanted to prove to myself I can get something very exact from the universe, especially from my body, which I should be able to control. I would jump off and say, this is not my reality. I am 126.6. Are you not understanding what I'm saying to you? I'm 126, like you weigh 126. You're the body and you weigh this. And I would be guided to sort of eat certain things or who knows, right? To go for a longer walk but I wouldn't do it to get there to that weight, because even if I did that, I might end up at 125 or 125.7, but I have put picture proof in my videos and on my Facebook group several times that my weight is exact. Then I picked up a stack of books and, I just so you guys know, my scale isn't broken, and just to see that the weight does change if I'm holding books or, it's possible. Is it possible? 100%. The affirmation, okay, though you have to be more. It's not a declaration. It's more of a command to your body, okay? Your body is something that you have. You are entrusted. It's like your temple. They say your body is your temple. Your temple, you can do anything to your temple, right? You can decorate it. You can change some columns around. You can do, like, you're in charge of this temple, right? So if you're saying, I am, what did you say? 55.2 kilograms. Go from I achieve to I am, and think about what else would be associated with that weight. Like, I am 55.2 kilograms and a size 2 all of the time, every day. Every single day I wake up, I'm a size 2. Or the way I did it, I'm 126.6 and all my muscles have a subtle definition. Like, you could see them, like not like a bodybuilder, but all my muscles have definition. Like, I could see the muscle under the, the skin, the fat, the tissue. So this is sort of how I change that, rather than make it like a empty words, empty affirmation. Is like, A, I'm in charge here. I'm in charge of the body. B, I am my body. You weigh whatever you weigh. And then pick another thing that you can do that associates it with that weight, whether that's a specific size or whether that's a specific muscle definition. Okay, something like that. Let's see. What's this? Yeah, I don't see anything else. I know some people ask me questions. They're like, scroll up. I don't see anything. I'm currently manifesting a job, but I also want to pay bills, all of my bills. So I don't know if you saw, there's a video pinned on my profile. The affirmation is from Dr. Joseph Murphy, and he's achieved a lot of success with this. It's like, the idea behind it is like, where does money come from? The money come from your job. So when you're saying you're manifesting a job, you're associating money coming from your job. Does it come from your parents? Does it come from your spouse? And the idea that he's describing is money comes from God. And if you don't like the word God, you can use the word universe, right? The universe is my supply and it's infinite. His affirmation specifically is God is the source of my supply and all of my needs are always met at any moment in time and point in space. And you repeat this to yourself over and over in order to understand that that is actually where your money come from. If you understood that after 10 affirmations, then you can stop, right? But most people really need to be reminded, no. I need a job anyways, because everybody needs a job and should be useful in this world, whether they work for themselves or not. But the affirmation is, where does the income come from? The income doesn't come from the job. Nikita, are your messages being blocked? Like, maybe try to word it in a different way. I'm not sure if yeah. Anyways, that was the story about the money, the job. That was also the end of everything that I wrote from my email that I wanted to talk about. This queen just wrote to me that she decided to restart the challenge because she fell off very badly due to limiting beliefs. After a night out with my SP acting in a way I didn't like, and my friends were there to witness and filling me up with negativity and disapproving comments. It is very difficult to do the work on yourself if you're in a relationship with an SP. Okay, that's why I told you guys, like, it's not easy. It's not easy. This work is simple, but it's not easy because every time he triggers you, you go back a level, right? You go back to the person that, if he triggers you, then you go home with him. Okay, you live with him, you take him home, you see him, you sleep with him. Okay, that's telling yourself in your subconscious, this is what you deserve. Every single time he treats you badly and you let him back in your bed, this is what you're telling your subconscious. I deserve this. I get it? I'm telling you guys straight as it is. Okay, he's triggering, he's acting in a certain way. This is the time when you're doing this work to be like, this is it. I'm taking time for me. I am more important than you. My well-being is more important than my love for you. And right now I'm working on my well-being. And that's it. And maybe in 60 days, in 90 days, he's going to come to his senses and come back, but you're up for him or better. Because Queen, you're gonna be better than you are now. Right now, you're going home with a guy who's triggering you in front of your friends and showing you bad behavior, disrespecting you in front of your friends. And you're trying to change him with a spreadsheet? No, I wish it could work like this. I wish I could make a spell and turn, but even God doesn't do that to us, right? Our creator, whoever it is. Why can't he just make us all good? Why can't he just make us act a certain way? Because even if he can, that would not be the same thing. Whoever's a parent here would understand. If I could make my kid act any way, I wouldn't. Because then it would just be a robot. It wouldn't be my kid. That's why. All right, put your hands together for the 369. I feel like playing the lottery this week. Anyways, I play like $20 every week. I have it on automatic, but maybe I'll get an extra scratch ticket. Play responsibly if you're playing. I am a winner. 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 I am a winner.